Good morning, everybody. So once again, this is Module 15, Reading Startup. And then it says Visualize Vocabulary. Use the check mark words to complete the chart, the scatter plot. So it says a set of closely grouped data. So the check mark works is that an association, a cluster, an interpolation, or a trend line. So a set reminds me of cluster, okay? Because trend is not a line and trend, so cluster, kind of like a group. So I guess this would be the cluster. So you put it right there, and then describes how two data sets are related. It's a description. So describes, so association, like you describe it, and then look, straight line, right there is a straight line, trend line. So this one is an association, and then this one, it says a trend, a straight line that comes closest to the plotted points. So that must be a trend line. And then it says predicting values between data sets. Predicting, it is the only one left over, I guess, is interpolation. Interpolation. And look, inter means between. So that was the keyword inter. Extra means outside, okay? So extra, outside. Now, understand the vocabulary. Now it says complete the sentences using the preview words. So I got to use these words, okay? And remember that if you don't know what the definition is, you can always go to the index on the back of the glossary, and right there you have all the definitions so you can check. And I know maybe that you don't like to do this, but this is how we learn, by reading up the definitions of the vocabulary words, okay? So it says complete the sentence using the preview words. The is the number of times an event occurs. So this is conditional relative frequency, frequency, joint relative frequency, marginal relative frequency, two-way tables, or two-way relative frequency tables. Number of times that event occurs. Notice all of them have frequency, so I'm just going to go with frequency. Okay, so the frequency, how many times it happens, right? A shows the frequencies of data that is categorized in two ways. Look at that. Frequencies, two ways. The only one that I see is this one. Shows, now it says the frequency. So is it going to be two-way table, or is it two-way frequency table? Let's go look it up in the glossary. Two-way table. Let me see. Two-way table. RST. Okay. Two-way. I'm getting close. Right here. So what is the difference between those? Two-way tables is a table that displays two variable data by organizing into rows and columns. But the frequency, a two-way table that displays relative frequencies. The frequencies. So it had, frequencies and two-way. So it's the two-way relative frequency. You're not even table. Okay. Now, this word is the ratio of the number of times an event occurs to the total number of events. So I'm thinking that it's relative frequency, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to go look it up. Relative frequency. Okay. So RST, relative frequency. Look at that. Joint relative frequency. Relative frequency, the frequency of a specific data value divided by the total number of values in the set. Yep, the frequency divided by, that means the ratio. The frequency of a specific data by the total number of events. Yep, by the total number of events. The ratio. So I'm going to say relative frequency. Relative frequency. Okay, thank you so much for paying attention and watching this video, okay?